What is going on, after show people? It's your lovable host, the one and only Kmplxity, and I'm joined here with one of three people who created the after show with me, my good friend, the one and only Zephyrus.
Heyo, everybody. It's been a minute since I've been on here.
It's been a minute since either of us has put anything out, and that's something that we wanted to talk about. Life has gotten very, I don't want to say hectic, but a lot of tasks have come up, like, as many of the viewers know, like, I work a full-time job, I also go to school, and I recently just got into a brand new relationship with, if you guys are watching over on Triple XP, the one and only Miss Jess, who is the third host over there at Triple XP, and everything is going amazing. And because of all this stuff, and also Zeph has his family, has his new job that he just got, and all the things that he's doing,
Yep.
and all of this different stuff, it's one of those things where we're putting we're taking some eggs out of this basket, and we're putting it somewhere else. We're dividing it up, and we wanted to go ahead and just be upfront about it. We're a little burnt out. We did a lot of coverage during the whole, like, locale growing arc, and we covered a lot of, like, the Destiny stuff. We've done 3 to 4 hours, which I know is literally nothing to other people like Chud Logic, who stream 8 to 10 hours a day. But trying to do 3 hours a night or every other night with a full-time job and a full plate of everything else, it's very difficult. And when you're in the commentary space, it's one of those things where if you don't tackle a story within the first 48 hours, you can pretty much kiss about half the views goodbye or
We
more.
want to give you guys breaking news as it comes out, but neither one of us are in a position right now to really be able to do that unless we compromise our jobs or our families.
Or sleep.
And yeah, that too. And realistically, we'd love to do that for you, but we'd much rather focus on the big things that are that we can cover, usually in the
Mm-hmm.
evening or whenever it's that prime time moment to where we can stream and we do have an opportunity to do it. Essentially what we're saying is we're not stepping away like completely from
No.
covering commentary or drama or anything like that, or even locale, but we're just going to be a little bit more selective of what we do cover.
Where instead of giving you guys a slab of ribs, we're going to give you guys a prime cut. Like, that's really what it is. We're aiming for
The filet mignon.
we are aiming for at least maybe one pre-recorded or one live stream a week, and typically we might cover all the stories that came out that week during that video or that live stream. So you'll probably end up seeing longer videos from us because we'll be covering multiple subjects, or you might see multiple videos go out in a day or a multi-subject stream. But as far as trying to catch a stream every single day, put out a video every single day, it's not really feasible for us. And on top of that, we are trying to grow our gaming channel, Triple XP, and it's a lot easier to binge record for 3 hours in a single night and have an entire month covered of videos, to where we can plan and do other things. Like, right now, we are, like, trying to figure out how to do a Minecraft series. And as anybody knows, if you're trying to do a Minecraft series, you got like an hour of gameplay and 10 hours of
Mhm.
digging and building and collecting. And shout out to those of you who've ventured over to
Yeah.
Triple XP and are enjoying the Nuzlocke. It is our most popular series right now, and a lot of people are enjoying it. But we wanted to bring it around because me and Zeph have been talking about it for a while now, and it is also difficult with the time difference, East Coast, West Coast. So by the time, like, I'm home, it's already about 8 o'clock for him, and then by the time we have the ability to record, it's midnight-ish for him, and like, even right now, it's almost midnight for him, and it's almost
Mhm.
10 for me. So it's one of those things where it's just not feasible to bring you constant content. And if that is gonna make you unsubscribe, which we have lost almost 100, about 70 subscribers so far, and it's never something that we've cared about. Like, if we go back down to 100 subscribers, you know what? It's those 100 of you that are the fucking kings and queens and the solid ass people that we love and care about, and that makes us want to do this. But if you do want to catch more of us on a more consistent basis, head over to Triple XP. At least give it a watch or two. If it's not your cup of tea, we totally understand. You can always come back here to watch us on After Show. And we want to bring it full circle. And the real reason why like we got down and are deciding to do this video is because Tommy C just recently came out and said that he's not going to be doing YouTube full time. You can have your reservations about Tommy, reservations about the word full time as a 3 hour ish every other day streamer, regardless. Even him having done this for as many years as he has, just doing 3 hours or an hour and a half every other day or every 2 days, even that gets burnt out. I will say this, Tommy, the fact that you took a shot at wings and said that you didn't want to end up like him and hate doing what you're doing, homie's making a bag and you're saying you're going to go get a real job. So I think homie's living a good life right now. Just saying.
You can say what you want about Wings, but yeah, Wings is collecting that bag. So
Wings is in a better place than he has been in the last decade. So
it's always a good adage to don't throw stones from a glass house.
Yep. And because of that, because of the direction that we're going with the channel, we wanted to bring it back full circle. And we wanted to cover Becky's crash out on the second to last live. And if you guys were watching this one, the Becky crash out about Fat Camp, you saw that I was on the AfterShow account making them donos like I do, shooting threes. I know a lot of you guys enjoyed it. I think I had like over 300 likes in total on all of the donos I did. Listen, guys, we've never left the lolcow universe. It's just gotten to a point where it's when they're constantly looking for like talent and constantly looking to expand and constant like all of this constant stuff, it's hard to try and like find a foothold, or it's hard to like try and cover it because something will happen on lolcow, which then happens on Rewind, which then is talked about on Nerds, which then is talked about on Cafe, and it's like you got to watch all of this just to understand what's going on. And so with us trying to build the after show and Triple XP, we kind of just slowly started distancing ourselves. And like Zeph said, it's not meaning that we're not going to cover it. And because of that, we want to make it abundantly clear. The after show is coming back to lolcow Live come Fat Camp. We have about 6 days left until Fat Camp. Zeph and I have been saving up the bag. We're going to be tossing donos. If you saw one of my donos during the live stream, I said, y'all better have them dono goals ready because we are ready to make them boys hurt at Fat Camp, because entertainment and content has always been something that we've enjoyed, always been something that we want. And if you guys were there for the camping trip, you guys know exactly what we did. You guys know exactly what we were trying to do. We donated for paintballs. We donated to get Boogie buried. We donated for all of it because we've never stopped supporting lolcow. We just didn't want to be lolcow Junior. That's literally what it was. We never wanted to be that.
And to be honest, when lolcow was springing at it out of its from the wings from the nest, and we got lolcow Queens, and we had lolcow Rewind, and then we had lolcow Core, and then all the things that had happened, and then of course one of us got plucked to go into the lolcow universe. I think we've always been honest that kind of took a little bit of wind from our sails, not necessarily because it happened or anything, but just in general because Rewind kind of did the same thing we were kind of doing, and it kind of put us in an awkward spot because we were having fun doing it and we enjoyed doing it, but it kind of overlaps, and most people who, let's be honest, want that kind of content, they're going to go to the place that has lolcow in front of their name, and we don't have that.
And shout out to Billy and Xylee doing their thing over there, kicking ass.
We're not mad at them at all. Get that bag. It's just that we were in an unfortunate position of trying to pick our battles.
Right.
Picking our battles is a hard thing to do, and covering certain content and trying to make sure we're not doing overlap and trying to make sure we grow our own audience on top of that. And then on top of, our personal issues with, Becky there, hopefully, which we're going to go over all that. We kind of I personally didn't watch it as intently because it felt like every other episode she was just popping in whenever she wanted. And I wasn't really interested. I didn't subscribe. I don't subscribe to Queens. I wasn't a member of Queens. I like my lolcow Live to be lolcow Live about Boogie Wings and Keem and then their shenanigans.
Yeah,
throw Becky in the mix.
And the final thing on Rewind is You know, we may not be very active in the locale server, but I can promise you we do know a lot about what's going on in there. We hang out in there, we lurk in there. And I started seeing in the rewind chat, plus some people in locale live, whether they were serious or whether they were just trolling, basically telling them to be like us and cover it the way we did. And I didn't fucking like that. I respect the hell out of freaking out of those two, you know, freaking period, point blank period. I try and catch a Xylee stream whenever I can and donate and show my support. And because I respect her, that's just not something I want. Whether it was somebody being serious or somebody being a fucking troll. And I mean, and Xylee knows, like, because even when she was like going back and forth with one guy, basically handing him the middle finger, I even told her that y'all are killing it over there. And so we really stepped away, and that was a big part of why why I wanted to step away from locale, because I wanted to give them their shine. Obviously, we're nobodies. There's no way we're gonna outshine them. But we didn't want that stupid, like, we didn't want to be a reason for them to be trolled. And it's like, it's just dumb. It's just completely stupid. But big shout out to every fucking person who supported us. Shout out to Wings for coming on. Shout out to Keem for coming on. Shout out to Becky for coming on. Or not Becky, fucking Boogie. Sorry, they're basically the same at this point. But shout out to Boogie.
Even the people who can't be associated with locale anymore.
Yes,
the she who shall not be named and all those. We appreciate them, and we appreciate all the people who are currently active members in the locale Discord who would often come over here. We're still friends with a lot of those people.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Jester Boys. Shout out to Mono. Shout out Rush, Newport,
Miss Jess, of course, and then like everybody. Just everybody who's enjoyed our content on top of enjoying locale content and then supporting us where they can. We couldn't do it without. We couldn't be where we are right now and be able to pivot this way, or slightly, relatively, without the support of you guys. So,
yeah. So, without further ado, let's give it a good old after show review of Locale Live content. Something that we will be doing, and most likely the next video you guys see of us, or the next live stream you guys see of us, will be covering Fat Camp. We've since its inception, we've talked about it. We've talked about that's when we're gonna make our return. That's when we're gonna look at it. That's what we're gonna cover it real heavily.
Even talks of Kmplxity even going to Fat Camp at one point.
Yeah,
before we even start the video, I just want to say these locale hoodies, I love them. I want one. I want one. And whenever they go on sale, I'm probably gonna buy one because they are nice. They are nice.
They are fire. So let's get right into this, guys. We are hoping that this is truly the downfall of Becky the Flop.
We're crossing our fingers and we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's. We hope.
And in all 100% solidarity, shout out to Richie. We know we know things are tense between people who who continue to have your back, and you. I don't know where your standing is with the Jester Boys and all that, but just know we love you, brother. We all have been rooting for you. We all want you to come back. We all want to, you belong with your homies. You belong with your boys. And if this is truly the end of Becky, we truly hope to see you soon, brother.
Hopefully this is the rise of Richie.
Absolutely. The redemption of Richie, brother. All right, let's get into the tears, baby.
Let's go.
Point, yeah. Becky, you're scaring us that you're being like a professional victim.
If you want, okay. And that's exactly what I'm coming here to say right now. I want you to take back right on air right now the fact that you said that if I were to end up in Mike's RV, I might accuse him of doing something to me. Do you think I lie about that sort of thing, Keem?
Yes. 100%. 100%. It's the same reason why you wouldn't come on our show to talk about it. You wouldn't allow anybody to question you on it. And the only time you ever bring it up is if it's to your benefit. And I even made a dono saying this. Becky is the type of person who will put herself in a position to where if you question her, you're the asshole. And what worse thing can you question a woman on other than SA? There's really nothing.
Said either on here or on Queens that when she's cornered, she'll say whatever she can to get out of a situation. She's already said that.
She will put herself.
That's not us assuming anything. That's your words. And if you're put into a corner where Mike says something and it's a he said she said situation, We don't know what you're willing to go to lengths of. And you know what? In tonight's live stream and examples in Queens and in Locale, they kept bringing up Ken because Ken was honest and he said, I don't want to be in an RV or alone with her. And I don't blame him. He's a big guy. I'm not going to say he's intimidating to me because I trust the guy. But to her, probably going to be intimidating enough to where she's worried about something like that.
And Ken has an amazing relationship with his wife. I know that for a fact she trusts him. But with everything that he's trying to do with his wife and his own personal life, which of course we're never going to get into on this, it's just a headache he doesn't need. It's a headache his wife doesn't deserve. It's a headache he doesn't deserve. He's a fucking disabled veteran, and the simple fact that somebody who returned fire on a battlefield has to worry about this dumb fucking manatee potentially accusing him of SA, which could strip him of all of his benefits. Just the accusation alone could strip him of his benefits. It's not something he's gonna freaking risk.
Let's even simplify it to an aspect of maybe he's not saying that in an aspect of he knows for a fact that Becky's willing to do that. He just doesn't want the headache of the worry. And I get it. He's got so many things on his plate. That man is doing cafe every day for he's been doing that for a month. He's got it. He's trying to get his bag. He ain't trying to get in some trailer and then walk out with an SA allegation. He doesn't want the headache of even thinking about that. Okay.
Oh, I already know where he's staying. I don't know if he told you, but we can chat about it later. But here's the thing. I'm sure Ken has heard it in the Army because I heard it in the Marines. And yes, it is about terrorism, but fucking Becky is an internet terrorist, in my opinion. If it is even a 1% chance, you have to treat it like it is 100% guarantee. You can't take that risk because the moment you trust that it won't happen or the moment you think it won't happen is when it happens. Becky is
those IEDs are laid on the road that you least expect them to be.
And Becky is a giant IED, okay? She is a wild card.
First of all, I'm not going to end up in his RV. But second, do you think I lie about that sort of thing? I want a yes or no in front of this entire fucking audience.
It's scaring me that you're playing the...
She says, I'm not going to wind up in his RV. And I want to clarify something for people who don't know. If you're new to this universe and if you did not watch the camping trip, yes, the camping trip and Fat Camp are to essentially not bully, but to essentially try to get Boogie and Wings and the fatter people in the universe to be healthy. But at the end of the live streams or the extended part of those live streams is chilling, drinking, being, and that those are far and few between the better moments of the live stream.
Oh yeah.
If you were there for the night that Keemstar literally sat on the mattress that Boogie was sitting on while the Aztec whistle was getting blown in the background, and just the way they were chopping it up, both of them were drunk. Boogie was lying there with the CPAP machine on. It's an experience that you're not gonna get anywhere else because that's just the way Locale is.
Yep.
And for her to just completely chop it up to say, "Oh, I'm not going to end up in his RV," you don't know that because you don't know you're going to be drinking, you're going to be having a good time. Who knows? That's the whole point. Nobody's planning for your downfall, but you shouldn't be planning for nothing either.
Well, the biggest thing is that it could literally be something as, "Hey, Becky, can you go get Mike?" And then it's just you and Mike at night. And that's what people are scared of. And if you guys saw our behind the scenes video that Ken so graciously took while he was at freaking camp, you guys get to see
some more.
Yeah, you guys get to see some more. But you guys can see how they were behind the scenes. Chris the Narc was there. Babs was there. There was a bunch of cool people there. You guys got to see how things were a little bit behind the scenes. And there's pictures and photos of Boogie being the realist, hanging out with our boy Ken, sharing a drink, kicking back. Like it's 100%. It's work. It's all of this. But at the end of the day, it's like the veg sesh of just chilling and drinking and partying is really the dynamic. And if you've never been a part of like the boys club or something,
this is a live like brain thought. Becky wasn't at camping trip, but Richie was. Brantley, Desi, Kelly, Babs, and then wine box lady. All those ladies were in the vicinity. They never had an issue with Richie.
Nope. And Richie was single.
Just a thought.
Yep, she is a liability and a lawsuit waiting.
And all this. It's scaring
You're
me.
not answering my question. Do you think I would lie about SA like that? You can answer it.
I
Queen.
truly hope not. I truly hope not.
So you think I might?
Anybody's capable of anything, Becky.
Yep.
BigZbo25 super chatted $19.99. Becky, grow up. Stop being childish and spoils child. Grow up.
Hell yeah,
Shut up,
Ziggy
Pat.
Buzz.
You're not the one risking your life.
Pig face.
Okay, she's not risking her life. It's her own fault that she has all the medical issues that she does, first and foremost. Secondly, what other potential risk is there to her life? A rolled ankle, physical exertion? Like, it's not like she's gonna go, freaking Keem didn't ask goddamn like George St. Pierre to come out and freaking do MMA with these guys. I mean, I don't know obviously what's gonna happen there, but it's not like they're gonna be running through a minefield or something, you know?
The whole thing that she's worried about is she's worried about Savage. She's not worried about a guy. She's not worried about anybody in particular other than Savage. And I watched this whole 3-hour thing because I was like, all right, I want to get to the brass tacks of what this is. I want to see how far this goes. And the whole time it was about Savage.
Yep.
And then it slowly became revealed. I don't know if we're going to get to it here, but the actual like end result was she says, "Oh, I'm not going to Savage," but technically she hadn't bought her plane tickets anyway.
Well, they do end up resolving it. Like Savage does come on and apologize, says it was all jokes, this, that, and the third. But the switch up for Becky is insane, to be going from just raining tears to, oh, okay. It's just who she is. It's just who she is. She cries tears in order to get sympathy.
Pig face.
We'll skip.
I would trust you if you made a claim like that or whatever, right? And
I'm asking if you think I lie about that because you know I've come to you with a claim like that in the past, and because of what you're saying, you're undermining me right now. So take it back.
And now come the waterworks. And you know what undermines you the most, Becky, is all the lying you've already done. That is what has undermined you the most.
It's the waiting till the camera is now focused on technically on you because you're able to rebuttal and start crying. As soon as this, like if you were truly a victim, personally, if you ask me, and this allegation was levied towards you, the immediate reaction, not this, but this wait and now it's my turn to talk. Now it's time to cry. No, I'm sorry. I don't vibe with that.
Yep. And it's like, why did it come out in the freaking Discord rather than on the live stream first and foremost? And why was it that it came out in the Discord before? And this is an assumption, I don't know this, but it seems like she made the allegation in the Discord before she ever came to Keem about it. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. I'm pretty sure it is.
It was never mentioned to Keem before. It came out. It came out only after the fact that he was saying like, "Leave me alone" and block me, or he blocked her. It came out in the midst of an argument, essentially whenever he was essentially proving that she was being unhinged and yelling at him over a crinkled bag. So yeah, she was pretty much an animal in a corner, and she responded. And now she has to walk the path that she has to walk.
You know, because you can't just take that back and be like, oopsie whoopsie.
No.
Becky,
I personally think you're more afraid of DoorDash not coming than Savage.
Yeah, personally.
Get attacked with this shit.
Shout out Wings for the one-liner.
Fucking back.
For real.
you don't.
Nobody said anything worth taking back. People can tell
guys,
lies.
stop talking. Please stop interrupting.
Shout out to Boogie.
Mike, and I'm trying to hear what she's saying. You don't trust me that I'm going to keep you safe at Fat Camp.
Ooh.
Okay, well, you don't trust me, so I have a right not to trust you based on how you're acting.
Yep.
If you actually don't trust me, then say that. If you actually didn't trust me, you wouldn't keep inviting me to Fat Camp. Then let me not go. It's real fucking easy. But how dare you come up here and say that shit about me after you know what I went through working for you?
working for me?
She literally hasn't gone through anything that anybody else hasn't gone through. Literally, she gotten a lot of shit from people, yes, but just like Xylee said, she put herself in that position. And just like Boogie said, she made that character, or just like Billy the Fridge said, she made that character, but she wasn't ready for the flack of the character, just the fame of the character and the money it was going to bring, the hate donos, etc., etc.
And see, Becky, what you're not understanding is Keem doesn't probably genuinely think this. He probably doesn't actually think that you're that big of a liability. It's probably a thought in the back of his mind because
it's a worry.
He kind of sees how unhinged that you were about this, and he kind of was like, "Yeah, it's kind of a worry." But then you went ahead and you shot a bullet at him, and he's like, "All right, well, I'm going to shoot a bullet back." You said, "I'm not going to go because Savage," and then he goes, "Well, I don't know if I want you there because you're a crybaby."
Well, the other thing is Keem has never responded kindly to being blamed for things that like are just not his fault. I mean, nobody does, but Keem has always been the type of person where if you turn around and accuse him, like Becky did, of not keeping women safe, or like Zay did of not keeping women safe, that motherfucker will go 0 to nuke in an instant. He is like, the moment that shit leaves your lips, he's already planning your downfall. Like, and I don't mean like, oh, he's gonna do backhanded shit. He's gonna cover your downfall.
There is a stream, I think it was an election stream, that people couldn't really figure out exactly why it got taken down. But it was also around the time whenever this guy named H-Stack from the server was in there. And he was one of those people that likes to press Keem on his involvement in the whole Etika situation. And he likes to push that. And Keem really hates that.
Yeah.
And you can, if when you were watching that stream, which I think it was up briefly before it was taken down, the mood shift whenever H-Stack goes up and makes those accusations from normal, like it Keem doesn't like being blamed for something that he technically either doesn't have control over or things that he does not have control over.
Well, it's also the fact that Etika's mom came out and even said that she doesn't blame him for it, and that people blaming him are wrong about it, that her son was troubled. So I totally understand where he's coming from. And if you're going to accuse him of, if you're going to, like, if I'm putting a get together and one of the people accuse me of not being willing to keep someone safe, whether man or male or man or female, it's like, well, then I don't want you there. Like, you're showing me that you do not trust me. So if you don't trust my judgment, then if I tell you to do this or don't do that, you're going to most likely go behind my back and do it or not do it. So you're a liability, bitch. It's time to say goodbye.
Working for you. It's because of my interaction with you that I met Richie and went through what I did with him. And now you're going to say...
And look at the face. Look at the face. Look at him. He's listening. And as soon as she says it's because of you, like that I met Richie, homie just leans back and is like, the fuck did this bitch just say?
Here we go.
Here we go. That I met Richie and went through what I did with him. And now you're going to say you don't know if I might fake as...
Look at that. He's even pointing to, he's like, me?
Oh,
you do this to me? You said this about me? Like, he's like, I'm sorry, what? And then you just look at freaking, you can see Kid behind the camera, his eyebrows are all up, and you see Wings smiling there. Look at Boogie's face. He's just like, what?
Everybody disliked that. It's literally everybody disliked that.
Yep. That was when you like make the choice in the video game and it goes, everybody will remember that.
So you're blaming me? You're blaming me. Just to be clear, you are now blaming me.
I am saying that I met him through you the same way I'm going to be meeting fucking Savage through you. So no, I put myself in a situation like that once. I'm not fucking doing it again. You can take back.
Imagine blaming the person who made you. Like for your own downfall, bro. It's like, imagine, dude, that's insanity. Like, listen, you guys can say slobbing on Keem and all that shit. You could say Glaze, whatever, but let's not even front. Keemstar made a lot of the people. Everybody who's on Nerds, everybody who's on Cafe, everybody who's on any show that didn't already have some sort of established title or established foothold in YouTube. This universe made them.
So is Keemstar bringing Boogie and Wings back into relevancy?
Exactly.
That's the point of the show.
Mhm.
It's been a crazy uphill battle, and like that's one of the best things about the show. That's why I hated the fact that we pivoted and we went from genuine efforts to make these lolcows into genuine human beings into trying to farm more lolcows.
Mhm.
I was like, bro, I like the journey of Boogie and Wings. I don't necessarily need all this extra shit.
Yeah,
I like
it kind of
this.
it diluted the brand a little bit, in my opinion. It definitely did.
You think I'm lying about SA? Or we could just cut our ties right now. I am not working for you like this.
You're misinterpreting what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Fire for me, please. Are you saying that you think I'm such a professional victim that I would come here and lie about SA?
Yup.
We are worried that you're a professional victim and you could be a liability to say something and act like a victim at fat camp.
You specifically said to Mike that I might go into his trailer and accuse him of something. Now I have to fucking worry about that going at fat camp too. Are you actually concerned about that, Kim? Say yes, I won't fucking go. It's real
Everybody's worried
fucking
about that.
simple.
Everyone's worried about that. It's not even just the hosts of LOLcast. It's literally everybody. Everybody who's going as a guest and as a host should be worried about it. It's not.
Literally, anybody I've talked to that's going to fat camp are literally like, yeah, no, I'm staying away from her. I don't want to catch a charge. I want to catch a charge. I don't want to catch a charge.
And we're not just. And again, we're saying like you know, you guys might be like guests. Like, yeah, I'm sure Keem is going to be bringing on guests. I'm sure that people who are hosts have been allowed a +1 to a degree. Maybe not like, you know, all they can bring out their entire family or something. But like, if you're like, I know Ken said he's doing the battle buddy system. I think I know who he's going with, but I'm not going to say anything. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's not just going to be the host. You got people behind the cameras, you got people in front of them, you got people who are going to be there delivering stuff, doing things, and you got, I'm sure Keem is bringing in other people, because he even said, like, he's hinted to bringing in, like, I don't want to say like nutritionists or like workout people,
He's
but like
at bringing in a lot of big names.
Yeah.
I think even Wings almost kind of spoiled one of them. I think on today's show, I think he mentioned something about the Slayton sisters possibly, but I also know that Lord Rush has his plus. Like if you remember from the camping trip, Lord Rush has his own little gaggle of people that are coming with him too. That's the same thing this time around. He's bringing a couple of people with him, maybe some similar faces, some new. So
and hell, even when Harley was on, they invited him out. Like and Harley has to go and do.
He said he was down.
Yeah, but even so, he has to go and do the boxing event for Creator Clash 3. So who's to say if him and Becky are alone at one point in time during Fat Camp, the closer it gets to Creator Clash 3, the bigger his name's gonna be, the more spotlight will be on her if she makes an accusation. So it's just one of those things. I'm gonna be honest, Becky does not have a pausable face. If you pause on any face of Becky, it is just the worst thing there is.
You take it back
Alex
now.
super chatted $19.99. Becky spreads for bread at Temu prices.
I love that.
That is
face.
so
Like,
good.
Like she says, take it back now, and he's just like contemplating his actions, and he's just like,
he's just like, do I destroy this bitch or do I save it?
like you can see the no just like on his tongue. He just wants to go.
No. Yeah. No. I don't think so. Look at Boogie though. He's trying to mean mug her through the camera.
He's giving that old squint.
I can understand how this could be very offensive.
You don't, Keem. There's no dancing around this. I'm fucking tired of it.
But let me just say what I really feel.
Say, so why should I even give you the respect of listening to an explanation now? I just shouldn't even stick around. Fuck that, and fuck you saying shit like that about me. Apologize or take it back.
Okay, fine, I take it back.
Now I can't stand with Keem on that one. I can't,
just
man.
wait,
I know. Oh, I know. I remember watching, but it's like, it's one. Jordy makes a very good point, and where he says, after the live stream later in the night on test with Local Queens, if she's not truly gone and you backpedal on this, people will have a very hard time believing anything he says in the future. So, because Becky's been fired how many times now, or
like
quit?
Third or fourth time. This is like the fourth or fifth. Like,
yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
the numbers just keep racking.
I
God,
take
was
it
that
back.
fucking hard?
No, but because you're misinterpreting what I'm trying to say.
You flat out said it. You said you're worried that I might fake something like that. If you're worried I might fake something like that, then why the fuck are you employing me?
Why are you worried about Savage?
Because I can teach you how to be a better person, just like I can teach Savage how to be a better person, just like I can teach Boogie to be a better person.
I can fix it.
That's literally Keem's mind. This lady, listen, that's literally Keem's whole motivation for this. His whole driving force is I can fix her. I can fix her. I can make her into a great female Keemstar. I can fix her. I can.
I can make content out of her.
Oh, he has.
Certainly. Can save a hoe, and meanwhile, all the hoes have no protection as we duke it out amongst ourselves.
Becky, I got to get you to a point where you're not constantly the victim.
Because
it's not.
Yeah.
The victim. All I did, saying that I don't want to go there doesn't mean I'm not a fucking victim. It means I'm saying I'm not going. If these conditions are what they are, I'm not going. I'm not saying you have to fire her. I'm not even saying that she can't go. I just said I'm not.
But see, here's the problem with that, though. You're saying that you're making that decision now. You're saying that you're making that decision based off of something that's recently happened. You haven't even bought your tickets to go. You've made up your mind that you weren't going already.
In what
this
world?
was not a new decision. This is a long-term or thought-out decision. And now you are reaping the repercussions, and you're thinking that you can slide away via Savage. That's not how this works.
Well, she tried sliding away with the whole wings thing, and then it was her mom thing. But in what, like this, she is in such a privileged position because nowhere in the regular world can an employee make an accusation against a customer and provide zero proof and still keep their job. Like, come on, bitch. Like, you already know, like, you want this job. You just didn't realize that. She thinks that she has way more power than she does, and a lot of people within the LCU do. And I don't know why these, like, no offense, because we're no names too, but a lot of these no name people get a big ass head and start talking wild and start saying some shit and start acting like they're freaking God's gift to YouTube, like they're the next freaking, Mr. Beast or something. And it's like, bro, all it takes is you're fired and you go back to obscurity. Like, that's it. Like, you were plucked out of obscurity. You can be put right back. Same as us. We're still obscure. But if we were to just basically say, okay, we'll take like 3 weeks off, we'll take a month off, the rebuilding would be impossible at that point. And it's just, I don't know. Some of y'all motherfuckers need to check yourself because you ain't all that in a bag of chips. I'm sorry. Like, you can check out a lot of people's solo shit, and a lot of people have given up on their solo shit considering the fact that they're now a part of Local Live. I would really say don't do that. I would really say keep building your own personal brand because you are an at-will employee. You do not have a contract. And that's no shot at Keem. It's just what you agreed to. So if you like kill off your channel or whatever you're doing for 5-6 months, there's really no going back to it at that point.
In personal experience, that's one of the things that Ken's come to us and he's like mentioned, like in his endeavors with Keem, he's comfortable going into certain endeavors because he knows how things go with Keem and he knows he's an at-will employee. He hasn't quit his normal daytime job. I don't think he's fine. He can survive being an at-will employee. Other people in this universe, they can't, and they have to understand that.
Yep, it's just extra money in his pocket. That's really what it is. It's a side hustle, but he definitely treats it like a full-time job. Like, shout out to the homie forever. Yeah. That's the boy. Like, he's the 1/3 creator of the AfterShow. So.
Well, I'm not even here trying to hurt other people. I would rather remove myself from the equation.
All their Boogie and Keem's faces. It's so good.
He looks like he's falling asleep.
And then just the
smile. He knows.
I guarantee you. I guarantee you, Wings was like, "That didn't land, did it?" He's like in his mind. He's like, And look at all the tears are gone. Now she's like chill and relax until the next thing gets said, and it's time to put on that character again.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should go.
Fine. What? Go to Fat Camp or log off right now?
Fat Camp.
Sly
No, I know.
RY1102 super chatted $20. This is more emotional manipulation by Becky to try to get the upper hand. Becky would.
I love that the super chats kill her mic. It's so good.
Anyone talking over her kills her mic.
Yep.
Is proving exactly what they are saying by making yourself the victim right now while nothing has happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the sunk cost fallacy with Becky.
It's crazy. The audience difference. He has. I was watching Queens earlier because I was curious to see if she would pop up. Because I really don't want her to show back up. I really don't. So I was like, all right, I gotta tune in to see if she popped back up or rear her ugly head. And the audience, the comments, they're all like, I can't believe Kim even suggested that her essay allegations were false or all this and that. And whereas over here, they're donating, saying clown, 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 fuck you. And I'm like, there's two different audiences here. This is two different audiences.
It has been great to see her reap what she sowed, and the people who used to be fans of her turn on her and are like, wow, okay, now we see the light. Like that's, it's been just eating it up, baby. Just been eating it up. Because we've said it since day one. We were fans of, well, not fans. We were indifferent to her. We liked her as a person until she showed who she really was. And after that, we was just done with her.
She's been so into this victim shit this day that she can't feel like she can't back out and be like, yo, let's just go have a good time.
Yep.
If Tina doesn't want to go on a plane because she's afraid a plane might crash, does that make her a victim, or does she just have autonomy to make chases?
That makes her stupid.
I love Wings so much, dude. These one-liners is why I've been watching this dude for over a decade, man. Oh my god.
She also made a concession. She negotiated and decided to drive.
Exactly, Boogie.
Risks and tolerances of what we're willing to accept. I am not willing to accept this. If the chat fucking hates
Well, you're not
me,
willing to negotiate.
if you're not going to have my back, then it's a pretty obvious.
Argument stopped right there. Tina doesn't want to fly, so Tina doesn't fly. She didn't just swallow her pride and flow. She's doing another thing completely.
Yeah, she didn't give up on going. She just found a different route. That's it. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Your argument is right there because she's like, oh, it's all about concessions and what we're willing to tolerate. She's not willing to tolerate flying. She's not. She's not going to tolerate flying. It's simple. You're saying you're not going to tolerate somebody being in an unsafe environment. Keemstar's already said there's going to be security there. It's no longer an unsafe environment. You're just being stupid.
Well, Rush also said it too. And here's the other thing. Yeah. Tina may not be unwilling to fly, but she's also unwilling to not go to Fat Camp. So she made and found a way to get there. And I guarantee you, if her car broke down, she'd call Keem or somebody to pick her up or to get her a ride out there, whatever it took. Oh, yeah. Because Tina is all about that bread. Tina all about getting that content.
Keemstar's not flying either. He's doing a whole car ride. He bought a 2025 Tahoe today. As of recording, and he is driving down there. So you're telling me that if Tina's car broke down, Keemstar wouldn't have been like, sure, why not? And a big ass Tahoe like that, hell yeah, he would. He'd be like, all right, come on, Tina.
Well, because he knows whatever he spends on gas to go out of his way, Tina's gonna be making it back at Fat Camp. Like Tina
in person is like that's another great episode of Lockout. Is the Thanksgiving episode where Tina busts through the door of Wing's house. And it was a great episode. It was just pure chaos. And that's the kind of energy you're going to get with Tina at Fat Camp. Yep. She's going to be unhinged. It's going to be great.
It's going to be a wild ride, y'all. And we are definitely going to be on it.
Don't have me go. Don't have me pay for it. And don't have me take any of the profits. And you're free to cut ties with me and do whatever you want while
for it. What was that?
I said, you're going to pay for it. You've already paid for it. If Savage can't essentially refund the people that are paying for her, you don't get a refund either. So fuck you.
Yeah, just completely take any. And I totally agree with who, I think it was Wings who said it, that just take the profits that Queens get and don't give any of it to her, because if she's not going, she ain't working. If she ain't working, she ain't making money.
Absolutely.
Fuck that hoe.
There.
Can I clarify the point that I was making earlier when I brought this up in chat?
Every single day, I get a fear of loss manipulation tactic by Becky. Every day.
It goes both ways, Keem. Like when you cancel my fucking show for no reason.
It's not your show. It's his show. He just put you on it. That's the bottom line.
He's canceling it because you're doing literally unhinged things like sending wine to a former alcoholic's workplace.
Yeah, well, allegedly. Allegedly.
Well, she admitted to that.
She admitted to it? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're an absolute useless piece of human.
It was a joke. It was just meant to be funny.
No. Becky, you need to walk around with a freaking tree to replace all the oxygen you waste in life.
Both fucking ways. That's the way it is out here. People get fired every fucking day of the week. People quit every day of the week because no one knows how to respect people.
Not So Green Salad super chatted $20. Becky, you are a professional victim, and you are the kind of person to
look at Keith. He's trying so hard not to laugh.
Stop lying us and to yourself. If you don't get your way, you're going to say a fake allegations with certain buzzwords. Emotional manipulation.
Over.
Becky, you said we don't know how to respect people's what? Becky?
She can't hear him.
Becky.
Are you talking to me?
Big Zebo 25 super chatted $19.99. Fire this pig, Keen.
Becky, your mic cut off. The last thing you said, we don't know. Fact what?
No, I don't even know. It doesn't even matter.
Because she's saying it out of emotion, not out of a place of logic. That's why she can't remember it.
You said we don't know how to respect your boundaries?
Oh, yeah, the fucking B word that you guys can't tolerate. Boundaries.
Come on now.
You know who's known for not respecting boundaries? Fucking sociopaths and narcissists, Keem.
Oh, so she does own a mirror. That's good to know. She probably can't see all of herself in it, though.
Bad look for you, too, right the fuck now. Because I say I don't want to do something doesn't mean it's manipulation, you fucking morons. And the people who say that in the chat are just incels as well. How stupid can you fucking be?
Incels coming from the chick who literally gets paid. Yeah, we already know. Like, the bitch gets paid, okay? You, madam, are helping the economy of the incels. I'm just saying.
Up.
You know it is manipulation,
That's what
Becky.
I sound like, Keemstar, when I call you a sociopath. I ain't never saying that shit to you again.
You know what is manipulation, Becky? Blaming Keemstar for your last relationship when you handpicked him. Keemstar brought you on a dating show and you handpicked the person that you went out with.
Good guy Wings always got that logic. Sometimes it takes him a while to find it, but he got it.
And
that's manipulation.
This is why, for example, I wouldn't.
It's also gaslighting.
Do a dating show on Queens because those men probably should have been background checked and stuff like that, just to have a fail safe against things.
Background check. So he's gonna ask for their name, their first and last name, their social security. Gonna ask for their place of residence so he can run a freaking background check on him.
You could have background checked Richie as soon as you realized his first name.
And you know what?
He never hid anything from you.
And here's the thing: he didn't do a background check on Becky before hiring her.
No.
As can be seen by all the crap that came out after.
This potentially happening.
See,
you do the background check. You're a person. You take responsibility.
You're the one dating them.
Exactly.
I'm not dating them, you dumb motherfucker. How are you blaming me? How are you blaming me?
That the only reason that situation has come up is coming up
super chatted $49.99. LMAO, trusting her with others' lives is insane. She will do whatever it takes to be a victim. And if she feels like she's going unbelieved, she'll put herself in a position to where questing her story makes you the bad guy.
I gotta talk.
Same as with Richie.
No, I gotta talk about this.
This is me over the essay thing.
We harass her. We call you out, sweetie.
You can see her lips say, "This show, that show."
The after show.
Oh yeah, baby. That's right. We're on that tongue.
In her mouth almost as much as food is.
Another piece of the puzzle that you never bothered putting in their place either. I still
Putting us in our place, bro. If you only knew, sweet cheeks, if you only knew.
deal with all of those allegations.
And now come the waterworks.
I'm so sick of working here like this.
Becky, listen.
Do you know what else? If for some reason, which I don't agree with,
I love Buggy so much, bro. He's just like, can I speak, teachers? I don't like it when mommy and daddy fight. Can I speak?
but if I'm being too cautious, think of what I just went through back in January. Give me some fucking slack and get off my ass.
Big Debo
Enough.
25 super chatted $19.99.
To say nothing.
Can I say something?
Be here anymore, Keem. I don't want to fucking do this. All you're doing is turning my dream job into a fucking nightmare. Just let me fucking work and do what I have to do, or leave me the fuck alone. I don't care about these stupid bitches. I don't.
I need to address you saying that I hooked you up with this guy. We did a content dating show, Find a Man for Becky. You picked this guy. You just
And now all the tears are gone.
to go on dates with him in real life. You decided to meet up with him in real life. You decided to move him into your home. I have no, bro, why are you blaming me over that?
I'm not
Why would
blaming
I
you
do a
for the whole
background check?
situation.
Why would I do a
Listen,
background check? You are the one dating him. You do the background check.
It's crazy. He's like, you're the one who decided to move him into your home.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't deny that.
Nope.
Didn't she deny that before?
Yup. She did.
You crazy bitch. You crazy bitch. You just lied. You just got caught in something literally as he's talking about it.
Yup. If you guys don't remember, Becky went ahead and said that he was never supposed to be living there, never supposed to be da 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 da. No, that was a lie.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt of maybe there's just so much going on. She just chooses to not respond to that. But like, if you got so many lies going on and you hear that one thing and that's part of the lie, you think you would respond to that?
Or double down on it.
Exactly.
Listen with your ears. I'm not blaming you for all of that. I'm saying this is not the first time I am having a problem with somebody that I have met through you.
Stop blaming me.
But the thing
Then
is,
stop-
Becky, is other than Tina, who still very openly does not really like you and only stands beside you because she knows that you are part of the reason why Queens is successful. Anybody else that's been around you has been almost ostracized from the community in one way or another. Because of you.
Yep, that's the other thing too. We can point out we can name a bunch of people who've gone ahead and been either banned or kicked out of Locale Live or left Locale Live entirely because of you. We could name more people.
Your original Queens members, Voldemort, who shall not be named, both of them, whatever.
Hated her.
Yeah. And they both called you snakes. One of them even leaked the fact that you were still texting her.
Yeah.
And I know that Keemstar and I know that whole thing's supposed to be swept under the rug and we're not supposed to talk about it, or at least make it a point, or that it's fake or whatever. You were still texting her.
Yep.
And you were still texting her about Richie.
And not on Discord, in text messages on a phone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blaming me for this. Just learn to respect when I say I'm not comfortable with something. Stop trying to gaslight me and make me look to shit like everybody, okay? They're like, oh, she lies. I can't even defend myself properly up here. And
It's hard to defend yourself when all you have is lies and no evidence. So.
The house of cards eventually tumbles.
Yup.
why.
You know, if you go on Tinder and you meet someone and that person's like a piece of shit or whatever, can you blame Tinder? Do you get to blame Tinder for that?
Nope.
No.
I've never been in that situation with Tinder, but what I'm trying to say, I'm not blaming you. I didn't take you to fucking court, did I? I've had your back through the whole fucking thing.
It's some liberal shit right there, because she didn't say no, obviously, because anybody with the right fucking mind is going to go, yeah, Tinder isn't to blame. That's my fault. If I get into a bad relationship or I interact with somebody who I'm not supposed to, vice versa, that's my fault. But instead she's like, I've never used Tinder, so I wouldn't know. That's some liberal shit right there.
Well, she's also linking lawsuit to blame. If you notice, she said, I never blamed you for it, or I never sued you for it. And it's like, those are very different things. You can blame somebody for something without fucking suing them for it.
She wouldn't have a single chance in a lawsuit.
No, she would be buried.
Is I have had problems.
Because if you don't know, Keemstar is not a very litigious man, but when it comes to legislation, homeboy don't play. He throw money at it. He will throw money at it. As somebody a little while ago found out. So like, all love to all parties in that situation, but some people think that it's all fun and games. It's not. It's definitely not.
With people in this community before.
And when
That's called social interaction, Becky.
And when you came to tell me what was
Keemstar is the kind of guy to throw money at a litigious thing or a lawsuit just to fuck with you. By the way, just for fun facts.
Well, when you got fuck you money, you like to use it.
Exactly.
Did I not go out of my way to make sure you felt safe and you could continue to do your job?
You also just went out of your way today to say that I might lie and make up something like that.
Super chatted $20.
You think in the back of your mind.
To happen.
Because
Time to part ways with her Keem. It's not worth it for this professional victim.
That's how you come across that dono.
Oh my God.
And that's the problem, that you don't care. You do not care how you come across, because it's all about you at the end of the day. What do I want? What can I get from this situation? If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have been texting fucking links about, oh, is it the grass greener on the other side? Like, bro, come on. She's always looking for an angle.
Use my shit.
Just listen to me.
I come across. I care that I'm safe. You guys are men. You don't fucking get it. You do not get it when women don't feel safe. You don't understand.
Are you afraid Savage is going to try to fuck you?
There's nothing else. What are you talking about?
You're talking about like women don't feel safe. It's another woman you're afraid of. Are you afraid Savage is going to try to fuck you? Like, I don't understand.
No, my God, you're so.
She's in her pants with emotions that she doesn't even understand that was a joke. She's so worked up. It was one of the best jokes that Boogie said in a hot minute, that went right over her head.
It's so good.
Hey, did you really have to interrupt us to say that?
Well, I did want to clarify. I'm the one who brought up you lying in the past, so I'd like to clarify what I meant. I wasn't talking necessarily about the aspects of past aspects in your personal life. You have lied.
It's so good, her trying to yell and trying to stamp, like she's trying to freaking stamp her feet and run off, but nobody can hear. So she just doesn't have the ability to make it like vitriolic when she does leave.
Show in the LCU, and I think it's possible that if say Savage shoved you, if you might turn it out to be more than it is. That's what I'm concerned about. But I'm still willing to take that risk for you because I value you.
Not a single cheer.
Retro super chatted $20. Keem, please send Becky to the psych ward instead of fat saying.
We can't
she
hear
isn't
you.
Comfortable in her own skin.
There's a dono show. We can't hear you over
We can't hear you. What'd you say?
How long has she been doing this and she still doesn't have noise suppression correct on her fucking shit, bro?
I don't know, bro. It's crazy.
God.
They said if they don't, they're saying not a single tear on her cheek. They're fucking covered with tears, you morons. What the fuck do you even know? You're so big and bad sitting on a fucking chat on a Sunday acting like you're somebody when you're losers who can't even get a job like this, all right? You don't know what it's like. You don't know because you would never even be able to do something like this in the first place. So shut the fuck up.
So if
it's funny because there's multiple quote unquote losers who have her job, who were literally taken from the audience and given her job. And let's not forget, the only reason she even has this job is because she didn't fuck RTU.
She was picked up like a baby and says, "Oh, you look like something that could be somebody," by Keem, and was like, "I'm gonna put you on this show over here, and we're gonna cater to you for a couple months."
it's a dream job, why the fuck are you threatening to quit it every day?
Exactly.
I'm not. I threatened to quit it.
The
when
AfterShow
things
super
like this
chatted
happen.
$19.99. What happens if you get partnered or have a sponsor and she makes accusations against them? It will ruin all future relationships. Kane's Corner super chatted $25.81. All right.
Love that guy too.
Yeah, Keynes is a shout out to him. That's a real one there too.
Becky $29.88. We get it. You're a professional victim and don't want to listen to people. Might want to rewatch the cancer arc to know how this is gonna go. Gamma Vortex super chatted $20.
We're gonna skip.
Super chatted $21.67.
Shout out to BB Phil as well. He's a homie, been in our chats before and sent donos. Shout out to BB Phil.
You can all imagine Richard Masucci excitedly fantasizing about this outstanding earning opportunity.
I will say, pause. This is one of my. I will say this is one of my biggest criticisms with the LCU currently. Is Keem, he has to learn when the donos need to be on and when they need to be off.
Yeah.
Like the other day when the Slayton sisters were on, I was getting so irritated because listen, listen, Tammy, she had her, or not Tammy, but Amy had her kid. She can't control that. She's a single parent right now. She's dating people, whatever. I get that. Kid noise, I'm completely used to it. I get it. But as soon as they got on there and he realized that there was all this extra noise, donos should have been turned off. They were on for at least another 10 minutes before he turned them off. It was
and be ready to jiggle his huge chest for our entertainment.
One more
Becky,
after this.
have you tried appearing offline? Devanon's missing teeth. Tape deck.
We'll move
Go
forward.
out and jumping jacks and call it Fat Camp Lol. Braden Hockley super later.
Me having to solve.
Big
I definitely feel like people were just donating to shut her up.
All right, guys, stop donating for a while. Go ahead, Becky.
I don't want to be in a work environment where people are always bringing up the essay either. And you're fucking responsible for that because you just brought it up today. How about you ban that fucking bitch?
You brought it up.
You brought it up. I want to make it very clear. You brought it up.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me? He brought it
Nick
up.
Stone
When
has
you
super chatted $20. Must be Becky's time of the month. I'm surprised she still gets periods at her age.
money while I fucking cry. Put the shits on pause.
See, she's her worry is that people won't be able to hear her cry. Like it's all about her, man.
Pause
You also stated that men can't get sexually assaulted.
Yep.
He said that if I go into Mike's RV, I might accuse Mike of something, of him doing something. That was bringing up fucking SA, you idiots. Now they think it's okay to bring it up again.
Because it is. Because you put it out there, and once it's on wax, everyone has the ability to say whatever the fuck they want about it. It's the internet. The same way you choose to say whatever the fuck it is that you want about anybody. You talked about RTU's wife or ex-wife, his kids, him. Like, you've talked about Richie. You talked about his sexual performance. You talked about all this shit. You talked about his drug use in the past. You are you're freaking rolling with pigs and crying about mud. Like, nah, bro, fuck out of here.
I think you were getting ready to say this, but no, you're right. She's no spring chicken, and I don't know why she's acting like one.
Yeah.
Are the worst environments working as a woman? You just don't fucking get it.
My
Roll your
reaction.
eyes. I don't care. I'm ready to quit.
Yeah,
Why is no
internet's
other
a
woman
real
having
bad
these
environment to be a
problems right now
woman, and
besides
most
you,
women
Becky?
tough it out.
Wings has a great question.
But go ahead, Dory. Sorry.
Here's my biggest point. It's not fair to bring me up here to solve this online because I play a motherfucking character, you morons. It's been leaked all over. Everyone knows Mike writes scripts. It's not me who lies. It's my fucking character that
Well,
does.
stop playing it. Stop playing that character right
It's not me, guys. It's just my face, my voice, my name, my reputation, my entire personality.
Listen, Becky. I hope you watch this, and I hope you learn something from this. There's a reason why Boogie 2988 has been successful all these years.
Mm-hmm.
He can play a character. He's played multiple characters over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you could even consider that Boogie 2988 on Lolcow is a separate character from his current persona.
Mm-hmm. Well, Boogie also knows when it's time to turn off all those characters and just be freaking himself, be his actual self. And this is not Boogie right now.
Anybody who went to camping trip, anybody who's interacted with him in person, anybody who has naturally over the years interacted with him in person, have all said that he is a super chill guy, and that he amps it up on the internet, and he knows he does, and that's part of like his character per se. But in person, he knows how to chill it out.
Yep.
He knows when to turn it off.
Yeah.
You have apparently forgot where the off switch is. Hell, it's probably lost in your house. Have you thought about
that
finding
shit? Yeah. Check under the stool in the shower. You might find it.
Maybe.
Just conversation. Because this is the character. You tell me this is fake, stop being fake. Let's have a conversation.
Okay. So only your character is saying Savage can't go, right?
Throwing?
Only the character.
Random shit that she just
she slapped her desk and then she just threw her headset because she's trying to not hear them and be able to scream. She's one of those people who can't talk while someone else is talking.
Saying Savage can't go, right? So Savage can go?
Hey.
Bye.
The AfterShow super chatted $19.
I'm really proud of this one.
And 99 cents. Take those crocodile tears and swim away, humanity.
I just don't see that as an excuse. Like, all of us play a character to an extent. Everybody that does this is taking their character and turning it up to 11. Like, no, we're not actually this vile in like real life in our personal interpersonal relationships.
No.
Yeah, I'm not over here fucking breaking out in freestyles as I walk into Walmart, you know?
I'm actually nice to you in private from time to time. I would never do that publicly.
Yep.
Oh, dude, she's having a full mental breakdown right now.
I think she needs a break, like a break. Like, she just needs 24 hours or maybe even 48 hours to clear her head. Like, she's not being rational right now because of the sunk cost fallacy.
She goes, I'm not lying, my character is.
Jesus Christ. Dude, it's wild to claim that you play a character online while doing the exact thing your character does. Like, it's so wild.
It's wild to generalize that this is a bad work environment for women when no other women in the network are having issues with it but her.
Exactly.
You know what's another bad work environment for women?
Not even people who left. Okay? Not even Voldemort 1 and Voldemort 2 are making the same accusations that you are, Becky.
Nope.
And they have every reason. Because, quite frankly, they look a lot better than you. So, and every right to be a little upset if, you know, they've been over-sexualized or if it's a hostile work environment or this or another. But you are the only one. Only one.
You couldn't pay me to sexually harass that hoe.
The only person who has similar issues to you is Zayzooted. And that's because Zayzooted, when she was 19, decided to have an OnlyFans. That's not necessarily her fault.
But
that's
even
just
then,
because she tried to get a bag. And then people are assholes and thought, ho, let's share this link around. That's not cool. That's still revenge. That's why she stopped. She literally said on live. That's why I stopped saying what I was going to say. That's why she stopped doing what she's doing, or what she used to do on OnlyFans, because it doesn't have the copyright laws that she wanted for her private material.
And the other thing too is that it's not the hosts, even though I know she tried blaming the hosts on the live and all that. It's not the hosts who are doing. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. It's not the hosts who are doing this. It's the freaking fans. And the thing about it is you cannot control. Nobody can control what an individual is going to do. Is it a shitty situation? Yes. Does her and her boyfriend bring it on themselves at times? Also, yes. Same way if I was talking shit to somebody and they were better at talking shit than I am and I got completely destroyed by it, I went in there. The level of it, I can also agree is wrong, but you can't throw a stone and expect nobody to do it back. Yes, some people will, like I said before, go from zero to a nuke, and that's not the way it should be. And some people will just be vile about it. Those people should be gone. Absolutely, I agree.
And listen, and Zay Zooted is a great example in this case, because she's unfortunately a victim in a lot of this, but she's also she's a victim because there's a lot more that not everybody has seen.
Yes.
And I can take a grain of salt and say some of the things that people have sent her are absolutely heinous. But she's still, as far as I know, willing to go to fat camp. I don't know if she's going, but I think if she was asked, I believe that she would be planning on it. If not, she's
I don't think
to go.
I don't think she can, because when she was going at it with John, she said, if I was going to fat camp.
Yeah.
So I think it might be it's either a money thing or a money thing, and we don't like need you there.
Fat.
Yeah, but she could also have been like a trainer with the girls, or behind the camera or something of that nature, or she could have made stuff for nerds, like, you know.
I digress. My point is like she's not threatening to leave the company. She's just saying she's just saying I want this to change. She's even openly said, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm very appreciated, but there's a couple things I want to change because I don't like it. Whereas you're going, I don't like this, and I'm going to leave, and I'm not going to go to fat camp, which is going to be your money maker.
Bread and butter. Yeah. We're more so, we more so can't stand behind the accusations of saying like, oh, it's Keem's fault, or it's any of their fault, or any of that nature. Listen, Jordy has dealt with swatting pedophile allegations. Freaking Boogie has dealt with swatting, doxing pedophile allegations. Keem has been met with swatting, doxing pedophile allegations of being the cause of, you know, Etika's death. Like, all of these people have gone through hell and still are here. And to accuse them of trying to do that to other people is just, it just doesn't sit right, you know. And I can understand, and I'll give the benefit of the doubt, that she was really in her feelings and was really, really hurt and like was just spewing out. I get that. But it's like, if they're in your chat, you have the ability to block them. You can't turn around and just ban them out of it if they're not breaking the rules within the freaking Discord. Like, if they're doing it somewhere else, like, that's not, and Keem's always held that position. They've all held this position. If it's being done anywhere outside of Locale Live, there's really nothing that can be done about it, other than being like, okay, well, if you're in this person's server who's actively attempting to like make the downfall of the Locale universe, we don't want you here. So if that was the case, then Keem would ban them on the spot. But if they're a paying member just talking shit and they're not going over the line, there's really, it's like Keem said, you got to toughen up. And that goes for anybody and everybody. If you want to be a personality on the internet, you have to accept that at some point in time, someone who dislikes you might knock on your front door, and Boogie found that one out too. So
I told almost pretty much the exact same thing to Asher's yesterday. She was in the Discord and she was getting quite into it with a lot of people. And she feels like she's been wronged because of the way they handled the Zayzooted thing, and versus apparently her own experience is very similar, and they did nothing. And I told Asher's, and she's lashing out at everybody at that point, and she was quite rude to somebody who just offered a suggestion. And I told her, I said, do you think that maybe if you didn't fly on the seat of your pants with emotion and use that brain that I know you have and thought about your responses, that people might actually not come at you the way they do sometimes? And
have some sympathy for you.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of people that actually sympathize with Asher's a lot, because she does kind of get the short end of the stick sometimes. But the way she goes about it sometimes, kind of with like Becky here, the way you go about it is how people are going to react. People in this life, people in this world are reactionary. They don't, whenever somebody comes at you and they're holding a snake, they're not going to look at the snake and go, ah, yes, that's definitely a stick. They're going to go, that's a snake. And they're going to react. They're going to run away.
Well, it's also kind of like the thing of like where there's a meme where it shows you like, okay, this shows that a snake is venomous. This shows that they're normal. And most people are like, I'm not going to just like wait to see the underbelly of a snake. I'm just walking away. Yeah. And that's the smart way to be.
Maybe don't put that on Keemstar.
Yeah.
I mean, all
Yeah,
she has to do is just not talk to Savage and go and make lots of money. That's the issue we're having here. Go make money, ignore one person.
Yes, it's
Now,
real easy.
what she means when
hard
she
thing.
says that we have her playing a character is early into the shows, me and Keem saw her being overly nice and we knew it was bullshit.
Yeah.
We've
The
spoken to the
AfterShow
real
super
Becky, which was
chatted
just on the fucking show, and we told her,
$19.99.
don't play that
A
bullshit.
mental breakdown requires a brain in the first place.
She's been told a million times to stop playing the fucking fake nice motherfucking. Just be you, because that's the real Becky, and the real Becky's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is she's ever proven that this is the real her. It's today. This is wild, man.
And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're not going to watch the entire of it, but if she truly is gone, we might get more into locale. We might recover them more. We might get more into it. I mean, she's just such a fucking problem. And it's not like we didn't cover specifically because of her, like all of the reasons we gave in the beginning, but it would make it more entertaining to not just be like, oh, okay, like the show's kicking off. It's got a really good vibe. And then all of a sudden she pops up.
Yeah, it felt like every time something cool was popping off, Becky had to shove her foot in the door somehow.
Yep.
And it gets really annoying because, like I said earlier, this show started with Keemstar, Boogie, and Wings. And then Becky, even though she has her own show, shoves her foot in the door. The next thing I know, I gotta listen to Becky say some random shit for 20 minutes, and I tone her out. I just don't want to watch. I like watching. It's not because she's a female. I like Savage. I like Psycho Mom, but they don't pop in whenever they want. They'll get called up sometimes, but they don't pop in whenever they want. Becky just comes in whenever she feels like it, and I hate it.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys. But from all of us here at the After Show, and we know that Ken echoes the way we feel. We've appreciated you guys sticking with us. We appreciated all the members, all the donos, everybody who still watches. I mean, our videos still get a couple hundred views, and we appreciate everybody who tunes in. We definitely plan on making a bunch bigger comeback during Fat Camp, and we hope that you guys will be there with us to enjoy the ride. Now, we don't plan on covering freaking the live stream from beginning to end, nor do we plan on like restreaming them. We might pick out the same way we did with the camping trip. We might pick out the best parts, cover it, talk about it, etc., etc. But you guys will be seeing our name in the chat with the donos and us just doing exactly like we did back in the day. And with that, we come full circle. And I am your host here at the After Show Kmplxity, joined by my friend and co-creator of the After Show, and just somebody who's always like, we've built this together, same as Ken, and we're just gonna keep on going, guys. And we hope that if you enjoy our content here, you'll go in and check out Kmplxp with link in the description below, subscribe, and hang out with us over there gaming. We do plan on being able to do more streams over there. It's just, it works with our schedule a lot more. And we thank you all for tuning in. And until next time.
Thank you guys so much.
And until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.